blogspot atau apapun bisa di-hack. Twitter apa segala macam bisa di-hack. Oke? Jadi ini gue searching dulu, gue akan hack lagi orang yang hack gue. Dasar hack lo, hack. Awas lo, gue juga bisa lo. Guys, nanti ketemu lagi ya. Gue mau nge-hack dulu nih, gue hajar. Gue hack lagi. Pakai foto kambing. Lagi berdua aja. 50.000. Guys, tenang, sampai ketemu lagi, tetap di Urban Street Food.
Indonesia adds UK, Denmark to entry ban list as Omicron spreads in Europe. Tourism Ministry asks Bali to prepare for increase in travelers. Good evening, viewers. Market Headlines is ready to provide you information from business, economic, and capital market sector. And as the pandemic is still ongoing, we'll provide you the latest COVID-19 information. Please stay safe by taking some simple precautions such as physical distancing, wearing a mask, avoiding crowds, cleaning your hands, and having less mobility. And with me, Fajar Wayong, this is Market Headlines. And let's start market headlines. The government has added more countries into its entry ban list. People from the UK, Denmark, and Norway are now barred from crossing Indonesia's borders.
The Indonesian government has added more countries into its entry ban list after the first case of Omicron variant of COVID-19 was detected in Jakarta. People from the United Kingdom, Denmark, and Norway are now barred from crossing Indonesia's borders.
Mengikuti perkembangan terjadi, pemerintah akan melakukan penambahan negara UK, Norwegia, dan Denmark dan menghapus Hong Kong dalam daftar tersebut untuk mempertimbangkan penyebaran kasus Omikron yang cepat di ketiga negara. Dan ini terus kita monitor, jadi saya kira tiap minggu kita akan lihat kalau nanti banyak negara lain yang menyebar makin parah, ya kita juga akan menyesuaikan. Dan kalau ada prosedur karantina 14 hari bagi WNI yang baru pulang dari negara tersebut.
In addition to said European nations, Indonesia prohibits foreign nationals who in the last 14 days have traveled to South Africa, Botswana, Namibia, Zimbabwe, Lesotho, Mozambique, Eswatini, Malawi, Angola, and Zambia. Luhut said the government will conduct monitoring every week. It is possible that the list will grow and more nations could be included depending on how situations concerning the Omicron variant develop. Meanwhile, Indonesian nationals returning from the listed countries in the 11 are mandated to undergo 14 days of quarantine. IDX Channel reports.
The Indonesian Employer Association or APindo plan to file a lawsuit against Jakarta Governor Anies Baswedan concerning matters related to the revised 2022 provincial minimum wage. The Indonesian Employer Association or APindo chairman Haryadi Sukamdani planned to file a lawsuit against Jakarta Governor Anies Baswedan to the Jakarta State Administrative Court concerning matters related to the revised regulation on the 2022 provincial minimum wage.
Pemerintah DKI telah secara sepihak melakukan revisi upah minimum provinsi DKI Jakarta tahun 2022 tanpa memperhatikan pendapat dunia usaha, di mana di dalam hal ini APindo DKI Jakarta telah menyatakan keberatannya terhadap revisi tersebut karena hal tersebut apabila dilakukan maka akan melanggar ketentuan PP nomor 36 tahun 2021 seperti kami akan menggugat aturan revisi tersebut ke Pengadilan Tata Usaha Negara yang hal ini akan dilakukan atau dikoordinasikan oleh Apindo DKI Jakarta. Dan keempat, kami menghimbau seluruh perusahaan di Jakarta untuk tidak menerapkan revisi upah minimum provinsi DKI yang telah diumumkan oleh Gubernur DKI sambil menunggu keputusan PT UN.
Last Saturday, Anies announced that the increase in the city's minimum wage for 2022 would be adjusted to 225,000 rupiah or 5.11%. Consequently, the 2022 minimum wage would be 4.64 million rupiah. Previously, the increase was set at 0.85% or equals to 37,000 rupiah of this year's figure to 4.45 million rupiah. Haryadi asserted that the governor had violated government regulations number 36 of 2021 concerning wages. The initial increase in wages was in accordance with the calculation formula as regulated in regulation number 36 of 2021. The problem, Haryadi continued, was in Anies Baswedan, who suddenly adjusted the amount of the minimum wage increase without a clear legal basis. IDX Channel reports. Transportation Ministry confirmed that traffic control policies enacted during the Christmas and New Year period will be situational, as the enforcement will depend on the actual traffic situation.
A Transportation Ministry's official confirmed that traffic control policies enacted during the 2021 Christmas and 2022 New Year period will be situational, as the enforcement will depend on the actual traffic situation. Director General of Land Transportation Budi Setiadi noted that the authority is likely to enact a traffic control policy targeting private vehicles if the actual traffic situations necessitates the impositions of restrictions. If vehicular traffic significantly increases and is potentially causing log jams, then the Transportation Authority could recommend to the local authorities to enact traffic control policies such as conducting contraflow lane reversal, designating temporary one-way roads, or implementing the odd-even plate policy to lower the traffic pressure, the Director General remarked. The ministry also allows regional authorities to implement the traffic adjustment policy based on the local requirement, he noted. Apart from private vehicles, some traffic restrictions may also apply to logistics and cargo trucks, he remarked. IDX Channel reports.
And we're moving on to global update. The World Health Organization has urged people to cancel holiday plans as the Omicron variant spreads globally. Meanwhile, Elon Musk, the world's richest person, has tweeted that he will pay $11 billion in tax for this year. And more stories on today's International Minute. The World Health Organization has urged people to cancel some of their holiday plans to protect public health as the Omicron variant spreads globally. An event cancelled is better than a life cancelled, said WHO head Dr. Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus, adding that difficult decisions must be made. His comments came as health experts declared Omicron is now the dominant variant in the US. Dr. Tedros added that there was now evidence that the variant is spreading significantly faster than Delta variant. Elon Musk, the world's richest person, has tweeted he will pay $11 billion in tax for this year. Musk have been embroiled in a public debate on social media over how much tax he pays. Earlier this week, Democratic Senator Elizabeth Warren tweeted that Musk should stop freeloading of everyone else. Musk, founder of electric car maker Tesla and aerospace manufacturer SpaceX, became the world's richest person earlier this year. At least 375 people are now known to have died after a powerful storm struck the Philippines on Thursday, police say. Super Typhoon Ray, with winds of about 195 km per hour, sent some 400,000 people running for safety when it hit the country's southeastern islands. At least 500 people were injured and 56 others have been reported missing by local police. Rescue teams have described scenes of complete carnage. Leftist candidate Gabriel Boric has won Chile's presidential election to become the country's youngest ever leader. In what was expected to be a tight race, the 35-year-old former student protest leader defeated his far-right rival Jose Antonio Cast by 10 points. Boric told supporters he would look after democracy, promising curbs on Chile's neoliberal free market economy. He will lead a country that has been rocked in recent years by mass protests against inequality and corruption. IDX Channel reports. And stay tuned on us. We'll be right back after this quick break.
Masker dan vaksin mengikat janji, janji setia, setia abadi. Oh masker, oh vaksin, kau duet sejati. Ayo masker, ayo vaksin, tiada yang dapat merenggut sehatmu.
Bagi HSBC, kami memiliki misi yang besar sekali untuk penetrasi di bidang wealth management. Artinya bukan hanya sekedar financial inclusiveness, tapi juga financial literacy. Jadi kita ingin memberikan pendidikan dan juga akses dan solusi kepada kaum milenial untuk benar-benar mengerti bagaimana investasi itu dijalankan.
Dua sejoli mencari cinta, cinta bersemi saat pandemi. Oh, oh, masker dan vaksin mengikat janji, janji setia, setia abadi. Oh, 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 masker, oh vaksin, kau duet sejati. Ayo masker, ayo vaksin, tiada yang dapat merenggut sehatmu. Oh masker, oh vaksin, kau duet sejati. Ayo masker, ayo vaksin, tiada yang dapat merenggut sehatmu.
Welcome back on Market Headlines. Coordinating Minister for Economic Affairs revealed a series of vaccines that will be held as a booster vaccine will be used. The minister said several vaccine brands were still being researched by BPOM.
Coordinating Minister for Economic Affairs Erlangga Hartarto revealed a series of vaccines that will be used as a booster vaccine for COVID-19 for the people of Indonesia. This follows the government's plan to increase the vaccination dose for booster in 2022. He said several vaccines brands will still being researched by the Food and Drug Administration.
Dan proses ini sedang melakukan kajian dosis ketiga dari beberapa produsen antara lain Pfizer, Sinovac, AstraZeneca yang sedang berproses di Badan POM. Nah, kemudian arahan Bapak Presiden beberapa opsi untuk vaksin booster juga akan dipersiapkan untuk menggunakan vaksin merah putih, vaksin yang dikembangkan BUMN dengan Baylor, kemudian vaksin kerjasama dalam negeri di daerah masing-masing. Kemudian terkait dengan vaksin booster akan dilakukan revisi Perpres dan Permenkes dan pemerintah akan mengupayakan ini secepatnya.
Erlangga stated that several domestically made vaccines were also considered as booster vaccines according to the directions of President Joko Widodo. Some of these vaccines are the red and white vaccine, the vaccine developed by SOE and the U.S. Baylor College of Medicine, as well as domestic cooperation vaccines including the cooperation between Erlangga University and Boydes Pharmaceutical, KB Pharma with Genexine and the Archipelago vaccine. Furthermore, Erlangga said booster vaccinations was carried out to prevent transmission of new variants of COVID-19, such as Delta and Omicron, as well as the other variants that could potentially still mutate. Regarding the booster vaccine, the government will revise the presidential regulation and regulation of the Minister of Health. IDX Channel reports.
President Joko Widodo groundbreaking the Indonesian Green Industrial Estate in Bulungan Regency, North Kalimantan. Jokowi said that this area is a collaboration between Indonesia and investors from various countries. Among them are investors from China and the United Arab Emirates. Jokowi said this area would be the largest in the world. Jokowi stated that the development of this green industrial area marks the start of a leap in Indonesia's economic transformation, where Indonesia can manage natural resources from upstream to downstream.
Saya meminta ini kepada para menteri, juga gubernur dan bupati, persiapan sumber daya manusia, persiapan SDM dalam mendukung kawasan industri ini. Kawasan industri ini akan menggunakan teknologi mutakhir, high-tech. Investor dari China, investor dari Uni Emirat Arab, semuanya akan bergabung dan ini kita harapkan akan menjadi kawasan industri hijau terbesar dunia. Bukan Kalimantan Utara, bukan Indonesia tapi dunia. Dan dengan mengucap Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, hari ini saya nyatakan dimulai groundbreaking kawasan industri hijau Indonesia di Kabupaten Bulungan, Kalimantan Utara, Indonesia.
Tourism and Creative Economy Minister Sandiaga Uno has asked Bali to prepare for an increase in visitors during the year-end holidays, considering that the island is a favorite destination for vacationers. The ministry is continuously coordinating with Bali Governor and the heads of regional districts to anticipate the spread of COVID-19 through several measures. The Ngurah Rai Airport Authority in Bali has been ordered to implement stricter monitoring, so have Gilimanuk Port and Padang Bay Port, he informed. Additionally, it is now mandatory for vacationers to use the Peduli Lindungi application and other health facilities. The minister also said that on Saturday, 14,000 people arrived in Bali. This happened because the vaccination process, the application of health protocols, and the successful control of the COVID-19 situation have pushed efforts towards economic revival.
Bali sebagai destinasi favorit bersiap-siap untuk peningkatan kunjungan seiring dengan Nataru. Dari data yang kami dapatkan, PRI Bali memprediksi sekitar 30.000 wisatawan Nusantara datang ke Pulau Dewata per hari mulai minggu ini. Ini yang perlu diantisipasi. Dari udara mencapai 15-20.000 dan dari darat mencapai kemungkinan 15.000. Otoritas bandara diminta meningkatkan pengawasan. Bukan hanya di Bandara Ngurah Rai, tapi juga di Pelabuhan Gilimanuk.
To lower the imports of several seaweed-based industrial products, the Ministry of Marine Affairs and Fisheries has encouraged innovation in seaweed commodities. The ministry believes that seaweed played a crucial role in creating jobs, reducing the poverty rates, and providing solutions to environmental problems.
The Ministry of Marine Affairs and Fisheries has encouraged innovations in seaweed commodities for lowering the imports of several seaweed-based industrial products. Minister of Marine Affairs and Fisheries Sakti Wahyu Trenggono expressed optimism that the link and match between seaweed research results and industry players would advance the country's seaweed industry.
Sampai dengan November 2021, tercatat ekspor rumput laut Indonesia mencapai 306,8 juta US dollar atau meningkat 20,5% apabila dibandingkan dengan periode yang sama tahun sebelumnya. Negara tujuan ekspor rumput laut Indonesia adalah China. Oleh sebab itu, saya menyambut baik kegiatan dari komunitas Tropical Seaweed Innovation Network yang melakukan pengembangan teknologi dan inovasi produk rumput laut nasional, baik untuk bahan penolong industri, juga untuk inovasi-inovasi produk yang ramah lingkungan, seperti bioplastik rumput laut.
Trenggono pointed out that the ministry bolsters the growth of the industry using kerajinan that functions as a substitute for import goods and supplies, the supporting materials for the industry. He assessed that the target is reasonable on account of the fact that Indonesia is the world's biggest producers of cottony seaweed and the second largest manufacturer of gracilaria. The minister noted that seaweed play a crucial role in creating jobs, reducing the poverty rates, and providing solutions to environmental problems and global warming. Trenggono also pointed out that countries with tropical climates, such as Indonesia, have the potential to grow a variety of seaweed and high economic value. IDX Channel reports.
And we'll be back with information from the capital market sector. Stay tuned with us.
Ingin menjalani kehidupan yang mapan dan masa depan yang sejahtera? Sikapi uang dengan bijak. Mulailah berinvestasi di pasar modal. Dengan membeli saham melalui Bursa Efek maupun perusahaan sekuritas, Anda dapat menikmati hasil keuntungan dari perusahaan-perusahaan besar yang tersedia. Pastikan Anda berinvestasi di perusahaan yang memiliki izin resmi, cerdas mengelola, masa depan sejahtera. Otoritas Jasa Keuangan, lembaga pengawas industri jasa keuangan yang terpercaya.
Halo Sobat Investor, kalian udah punya rumah belum? Berikut ini adalah tips bagi kalian yang ingin memiliki rumah impian. Tips yang pertama adalah menabung auto debit untuk membayar DP rumah. Kesulitan utama dalam membeli rumah adalah membayar uang muka sebagai syarat KPR. Jadi saat pertama kali kalian menerima gaji, langsung disisihkan secara otomatis ya untuk ditabung. Tips yang kedua adalah menabung dalam bentuk tabungan deposito ataupun emas. Menabung dalam bentuk tabungan deposito dan juga emas membuat tabungan kalian menjadi lebih aman dan tentunya melatih kalian agar semakin disiplin dalam menabung. Tips yang ketiga adalah cari DP rumah yang bisa dicicil. Program cicilan DP rumah membantu kalian yang memiliki dana terbatas. Tips berikutnya adalah pilihlah rumah yang sesuai dengan kebutuhan kalian. Pilihlah rumah yang memang kalian butuhkan ya Sobat Investor. Tips yang terakhir adalah pilihlah KPR dengan tenor yang cukup panjang. Karena KPR dengan tenor yang panjang membuat cicilan bulanan kalian menjadi lebih rendah. Nah, kini memiliki properti impian tentunya bukan angan-angan lagi ya Sobat Investor.
Welcome back on Market Headlines. At the Jakarta Composite Index intraday movement, earlier today, JCI was open at the level of 6,545.54. And then approaching the closing time on the first session, the index was on the level of 6,547.24. And then the index was showing strengthening trend by the second session closing time. Index was closed at the level of 6,554.31. And in short, JCI went up 0.11%. And next, we're going to see the sectoral movement leading the dynamics of today's trading. We got industry as the leader of strengthening trend that went up 1.16%. Property went up 0.85%. Technology sector as the leader of weakening trend went down 1.8%. And transportation and logistics went down 1.0%. And moving on to top gainers and top losers, here are the key highlights from today's trading session from the top gainers. Telkom went up 1.96% to the level of 4,160 rupiah per share. Adara went up 3.41% to the level of 2,120 rupiah. MLPL went up 7.37% to the level of 408 rupiah per share. And Jawa went up 25% to the level of 300 rupiah per share. And meantime, the top losers for today's trading, we got Bank Rakyat Indonesia, went down 0.97% to the level of 4,080 rupiah per share. Bigas went down 0.35% to the level of 1,410 rupiah per share. RBMS went down 3.85% to the level of 75 rupiah per share. And Merdeka Copper Gold went down 0.53% to the level of 3,770 rupiah. And let's see the movement rupiah towards US dollar. Open at the level of 14,408 rupiah, showing strengthening trend towards US dollar, and it was closed at the level of 14,337. And in summary, rupiah went up 0.17%. Indosemen Tunggal Prakarsa managed to record a sales volume of 1.6 million tons of cement until November 2021. The management say that the sales realization were fairly good in the midst of high rainfall situation.
Cement Tunggal Prakarsa managed to record a sales volume of 1.6 million tons of cement until November, or approximately the same as the previous month's achievement. According to the Director and Corporate Secretary of Indocement, Antonius Marcos, cement sales in November were fairly good in the midst of a fairly high rainfall situation. Meanwhile, the retail sector still dominates the company's sales. If accumulated, the achievement of cement sales during the first 11 months of 2021 reached more than 15 million tons. As an illustration, Indocement targets cement sales to grow 4 to 4.5% this year. Meanwhile, next year, Indocement projects that cement demand will grow by 4 to 5%. For information, during the first 9 months of 2021, Indocement posted a 4.5% increase in net income year-on-year from 10.15 trillion rupiah to 10.61 trillion. This positive performance was in line with the overall sales volume, which grew 6.9%. IDX Channel reports.
Petrosi has managed to record a positive performance until September 2021. The company recorded a 20.67% increase in total revenue to $301.59 million.
As of September 2021, Petrosi has managed to record a positive performance as reflected in growing revenue and net profit. Meanwhile, Petrosi recorded a 20.6% increase in total revenue to $301.59 million at the end of September 2021. The increase was mostly derived from increased operational activities in the contract mining business line. Meanwhile, the company recorded pre-operational costs to support several new projects and again managed to record a 10.38% increase in net profit to $14.35 million. During this period, the company obtained several new contracts in the EPC business line, including rehabilitation and new construction of settling ponds for Kideko Jaya Agung, as well as contract amendments for construction services at the port site and hauling, loading and dewatering at the Wanagon project for Freeport Indonesia. IDX Channel reports.
And step aside from market condition as the efforts in achieving herd immunity is still going on. Here is an update data about COVID-19 vaccinations in Indonesia. And the news closes our market headlines today. Please enjoy our next program on IDX Channel, Your Trustworthy Economic, Business and Capital Market Channel. And even though the pandemic situation is getting better, the discipline of wearing masks must be maintained even though we have been vaccinated. Moreover, ahead of Christmas and the New Year holiday period, we are appealed to to limit activities to prevent a spike in COVID-19 cases. So stay alert and stay safe. And I'm Fajar Wayong. Have a nice evening.
Melalui Bursa Efek Indonesia adalah lompatan besar menuju transformasi pertumbuhan perusahaan. Bergabunglah dengan ratusan perusahaan yang telah berkembang pesat dengan Go Public. Go Public, lebih baik.